Solo dungeons will be arriving in the Elder Scrolls Online very soon, but players are already asking the same thing. Can you get skins or trifecta rewards from them? Let's go ahead and hop right into it. The new solo dungeons are a big structural change for ESO. They're not just story mode versions of group dungeons, but they are fully rebuilt, rebalanced, and redesigned for the single player challenge. Right now, we are starting with Moonhunter Keep and March of Sacrifices, and these have always been popular dungeons because of some of the rewards you can get from them. But also, if you're with a random group, these have been a bit punishing for some players. The solo versions use a completely different difficulty system called Misfortunes, where you opt in to penalties to increase your rewards. This is not veteran hard mode. This is not scaling based on group composition or the amount of players that you have. It kind of is its own thing. And this is where I think it kind of confuses a lot of players, especially if you are solo, because some players see these dungeons and have heard about the rewards that you can get from them. And players wonder, can I get these rewards solo? Before we go on, check out the affiliates and channel memberships below. They help support the channel and give you some extra perks. And the one part that everybody wants kind of clarity on, can you get these skins and trifecta runs if you are playing these solo? As far as I'm aware, from what the developers have said, that answer is no. You cannot earn group dungeon trifectas or group dungeon skins in the solo dungeon version. Now, they have not came out and said that specifically, but everything they have talked about so far leads us to believe that is not the case. So until they give us absolute clarity, I'm still going to go with no. And the reason is because this includes things like group trifectas, dungeon skins, beast personality, or any group exclusive challenge achievements. Those are tied to the 4-player veteran hard mode version of the dungeon. And the solo versions have their own achievement track, their own cosmetics, and even their own monster masks. And they have said in multiple live streams over the last few months when discussing solo dungeons that they wanted to have this experience be unique for solo play, but also still make the 4-man dungeon content its own unique thing as well with its own unique rewards. That is why the monster mask will even be different from the solo dungeon compared to the 4-man group dungeon. So that is why I'm assuming they're not going to allow you to go in solo and be able to get, of course, the rewards you can within the 4-man dungeon. So group content should reward group things separately. Solo content should reward solo things separately. Neither should replace the other. That's kind of the wording they have said for months now. So if you want the beast personality, as far as I know, and as far as from what they have said, you still need the March of Sacrifice Challenger achievement, the original group version, on veteran hard mode, no death under 30 minutes. So the issue here is going to be a lot of, I think solo players would notice, to get a trifecta run, to get everything done correctly and get it done in a time frame, it's going to be pretty difficult for one person to do that, even with a companion, because you're going to have to be well versed within the mechanics and things of the dungeon. Is it doable? I think so. I think someone probably could do it. Would everybody be able to do it? Definitely not. And if you want the cosmetics, it looks like you're going to have to go in and do this still in a group. The new solo dungeon will have something called Misfortune modifiers for your different solo things inside of these dungeons. This is going to allow you to increase the challenge of the solo dungeon, but this is not the same increases as if you were running it in 4-man content or a 4-man group. Anything could change going forward. I think they could maybe possibly change something with this. Will it be the same reward? I would not think so. If they're not wanting players to be able to get the same monster helm or mask within 4-man and solo dungeons, I don't see them allowing you to be able to get these things you get from 4-man inside of a solo dungeon. Could they possibly add a different personality or skin for solo players? That could definitely be something I would at least think the devs would be open to. But like I said, as far as I know, from everything we have heard, it does not look like you're going to be able to get anything when it comes to the more difficult rewards within the 4-man content in that solo content. Solo dungeons are meant to be kind of a parallel progression path, would be the best way that I could think of how they're wording it, and not really a shortcut to those specific group rewards. So if you're jumping in these new solo dungeons when they do release to get skins or trifectas, that's really not how they're designed. Or even if you're jumping in just to get the monster mass that you can get in the 4-man dungeon, you're not going to be able to do that. These are built to be a fresh new challenge for solo players with the different cosmetics and achievements tied to them, and for a way to push your build in a solo environment. From what the developers have said, it seems like they're going to make this worth our time. But until we all get hands-on, we don't really know. Will players continuously go back into these solo dungeons? Considering we only have 2 right now, that's probably going to be one part of it that I don't see a lot of players just grinding these out nonstop. When we get more and more, I think that would be, of course, a time where I can see players going in and playing these solo dungeons a lot. But once most players get these, I think, new monster hounds that are tied to these and some of the other things done, they may have to go back in and, of course, try out the 4-man dungeon if you are wanting these trifecta runs and these skins and personalities and things that are tied to that 4-man dungeon. ESO is making solo in-game a thing inside of the Elder Scrolls Online, and it's shaping up to be an addition that a lot of people seem to be excited about. But at the same time, they're trying to make sure that the separation between the solo dungeon rewards and the 4-man dungeon rewards kind of stay there. They don't want them to blend together to where if you're a solo player, you can get the exact same rewards that you could for years in some difficult 4-man group content. Leave me a comment with your thoughts. Let me know what you think about the system. I know a lot of people have been asking the question, can I get these skins? Can I get the trifecta run? And like I said, from everything the devs have said so far, it looks like the answer is no. Could this change in the future? Definitely. Could they add maybe a solo skin, like I said, or a solo personality just for the solo dungeons? I think that should be something they hopefully will look at down the road. But it doesn't look like there's anything as of right now from all the information we have got from the developers about this coming to the game anytime soon, at least for now. Leave me a comment with your thoughts, and of course, if you like the video, hit the like. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.